Now let's talk about the Fusion page. The Fusion page is usually for someone who wants to do like extreme graphics stuff, like green screen or some text animation. Like I used to use for text animation, but now from everything what I've showed you before, you can just do text animation with one single click. So I barely use Fusion, but everything what I use Fusion for, I would teach you. And like for me, for a really long time, it was quite intimidating, Fusion. So let's dive in and see what Fusion is about. So this is how Fusion page looks. So what you can do is that you can just select a clip, for example, this clip, and then go to Fusion. So we go here. And now when you go back, you can already see the Fusion logo, the Fusion sign, the 3-star, which means that that's a Fusion clip. So we can go here, and if sometimes if it's your first time going to Fusion, your playhead would look like this. I would just go here in the right corner and click on the viewer. So we just have like one single viewer, and if you scroll up and down, the clip goes up and down. But if you want to zoom in, you press Command or Control and then zoom in. And yeah, so I would maybe just leave it like this. So let's give you a little overview. It's not that complicated. So let's start from the right hand side. So this is the media pool, what we discussed before, but we don't really need media pool in Fusion right now. So I'll just click it off. You can also put all the effect. You can check all the clips, but we don't really need it, because usually you're using Fusion on one single clip, not the entire timeline, like how we were doing with color grading and other editing things. Fusion is just for one single clip. So this is what we have discussed already. So this is to, enable or disable this notes section. We'll get to the notes section, so don't worry. And here, of course, you can change the size and the views of the playback. And this side, you can obviously, maintain the border, or this is like the effect, which is on and off, and this is the LUT. So like Fusion has its own LUTs, but I barely, like, it's not really used, so I would just put it like that. And this was the viewer. So if you want 2 viewers, you can select like this. If you want 1 viewer, you can select like this. And all these keyframings, metadata, we don't really need it, because that's like almost too advanced for someone who is really going into animation. And if you go here, then yeah, that just brings the entire node panel at the bottom. We can also keep it like this. And here are some of the tools or some of the modifiers that would be working on. So every time you select a new tool, like this layout would change. And this is a timeline. So a lot of times what happens is that if you open the Fusion, this red bar or red line is in the middle, and you have to bring it all the way to the front. So this is all framed, right? So each image has certain frames. And if you combine all that frames together, and frames are like a photo, so if you combine all those photos together and play them really quickly, then that becomes a video. For example, this video is shot in 24 frames per second. So which means that each second has 24 photos. So that is 1 photo, 2 photo, 3 photo, 4 photo. So I'm just going with the arrow key to the next frame. And that's what this represents. So until here, I think 24 is somewhere here. Until here, this clip would be 1 second. Then until here, 48 clip, this clip would be 2 seconds. So this is just showing you where the timeline is and how many frames this clip is for. That's not really important, but you should be aware that where your playhead is. So that's what this represents. Here we have sound on and off. And here are some of the tools that we would be using. So this is like an effect panel, how we had here in the edit page. That effect is here. Some of the effects are here, but some we would just do manual search. And this is the node panel. So this is the media in. So media in would be the raw media, and media out is this. So whatever is here, it's showing me media out, and you can see this white dot. So if I just disable it, then there's no output. And if I just do, so this dot is for the right view. So for example, if we had 2 views, I'll just zoom out. If we had 2 views, and if you wanted the left view to be like this, then we can always see the before and after simultaneously. This would make more sense if I have put something. For example, if I want to do text. So what I would do, I would just drag this text from here, and if I see this blue and yellow line, then I would just drop the text, and then the text comes here with a merge folder, and I would just do maybe text. So you see, This is the media in view, because here we have selected the left view, and this is the media out, because here we have selected this white dot which is showing the right side of the view. So that can be really handy to see before and after always, but for what I do, I usually use just one view, because a lot of times I edit on my laptop, which is just 16-inch, so I want to see a bigger view of what I'm editing at. So media in was the original video, then you put some effects, and then media out is the outlet here. And that's how Fusion works as well. It's same as color grading, that in the beginning you have this raw video, and then you start putting different effects, and then you have the output. So it's kind of same as like making a dish. So first you had this ingredient such as water, and then you added some pasta, and then you add some salt, then you add some other thing, and then the output is here, which is the main output. I hope that example makes sense. So that was a little bit of overview of the Fusion page. Now let's get into some editing and some of the really cool things what you can do in Fusion.